Welcome, everybody, as you start entering the webinar. I'm going to give about 30 seconds to a minute to begin the webinar. In the meantime, just let me know that you can hear me and you can see my slides. Good to see people rolling in, taking some time, maybe a little break, cup of coffee, cup of tea during this holiday craze. Hey, I've got someone who can hear me. And my other question is, I already got this prepped, so maybe before we start, I'm going to switch screens. Can you let me know that you see my demo screen once I just switched over? So I will hopefully have a smooth transition from the demo screen to my slides. Awesome. So happy because I will be concentrating a lot on the demo today, since we will be talking a lot about activities and holidays, and great. So let's head back to my slides. And I'm going to get started here because we've got a nice group waiting, and I know time is of the essence. So welcome to our final webinar of 2020, which is kind of crazy to think about, but probably also a big sigh of relief knowing we're getting to the end. My name is Noelle Wilson, and I head up the Managed Services division of BrandChamp, as well as the Customer Success division with my colleague Kyle. And this has definitely been a year like no other, which is probably an understatement. I do hope my webinars have brought you some insight, new ideas, some aha moments, new strategies, and probably for those of you who have been to my previous webinars, some laughter, listening, and watching me try to figure out some of the technical problems I've briefly struggled with. But I always try to keep things entertaining. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. We have been living with a daily reminder of things like COVID, whether it be on the news, social media, meeting and talking with our friends and family. And for most of the year, we've been also bombarded with political ads, and many states probably are. So today, I'd like to talk about something that is everywhere when you turn on the TV, on social media, in the stores, and I think it's probably been since October, but really everywhere you turn, but the holidays. And, hopefully, the holidays will bring some joy and happiness into our lives. And they are, I'm sure, stressful for some this year and maybe other years, but I do believe and hope there are those shining lights and moments throughout the season to just look at someone and say, thank you, or Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah. Today is the first day of Hanukkah, so Happy Hanukkah to everyone. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy holidays, and especially Happy New Year. And I'm sure that brings just a sense of phew or relief, because I think we all can't wait for that one. And it is a special time of year, and it's also a time of year to exponentially share, which in our industry, that's what we do. And while we do it all throughout the year, starting here with Black Friday, on to Cyber Monday, and then many have 10 or 12 days of Christmas, whatever that may be, free ship day, gift certificate day. There's plenty I could go on about. And this is all done within less than a month. And it doesn't end there. We've got the immediate post-holiday sales, Boxing Day in Canada, end of season clearance sales, and on to the New Year's deals, those New You sales, or promotions. This is a lot, and we're probably just thinking about it and needing a nap just from all of it. But my goal today, while we're getting close to last minute promotions, is to give you a little insight to what I think and have experienced as some great ways to get your ambassador program actively involved with your end of year promotions, announcements, launches, deals, and more. The beauty is that there's most likely a little something for everyone, and there's no one right way. Let's just get them active and involved. And there's still plenty of time. So we're 15 days from Christmas, which means you have 14 days left to get your product and services out there. We are 17 days from the day after Christmas, which for many is the day to start the end of season clearance sales, or if you're in Canada, again, big day for them, like our US Black Friday is Boxing Day. And we're 22 days out from January 1st, New Year's Day, the day to start your resolutions for many, changing of eating habits, exercising, new financial goals and budgets, you name it. So, some may wait till Monday the 4th this year because we got that weekend and it's pretty hard to start. But, you get the point. We have these goals in mind. The key here is that there's many opportunities before all these key dates to spread the word of your products and services scaled to a larger size than usual, because it's just what we do to get the word out, get last minute sales, and help consumers with gift ideas or kickstart a new goal. It's expected during the holiday season, and it's a great time to catch someone's eye or ear about a great product or service, whether it be with a review, a branded promotion, a personal pitch, or even just a lifestyle post that resonates. Again, there is something for everyone, so no holds bar here. Let's see what brands are doing. Let's dig into your BrandChamp program. Since many of you are actively managing programs, or some here today may still be exploring options, I have to say, and yes, I am partial because I do work for BrandChamp, but prior to joining this amazing team, I was a customer and I used BrandChamp to the max with its features for my program and explored so many avenues to help spread the word of our brand and company, but also about the ambassador program, which is something to always keep in mind as you seek to grow your program. So let's start with the basics of your activities, which is really where I will be focusing mostly today. Activities, in my opinion, can be the heart and soul of your program. It's where your brand ambassadors come to find out what to post, what to share, what reviews to get out there, and more. It's their guide to make sure they are keeping in check with you, the program managers, to make sure that they are number one, being accountable to the program, and number two, posting and sharing within the guidelines that represent your brand. It's truly brilliant, and honestly, what your ambassadors are typically seeking out as they want to do right by your companies and brands and make sure they are representing and sharing appropriately and in sync with your marketing team's calendars, but also bringing a personal touch of what they love about what they're representing. So before I jump into the platform, I want to mention, because I said marketing teams and calendars, I think this is really important to discuss because you are a member of the marketing team. Your ambassadors are marketing your products and services. Therefore, it's important to be on the same page as what your marketing plans are for the company, whether it be sales and promotions, new product launches, even reviews to coincide with new product launches or featured products or services, but even on the content level, if you're sharing pieces such as articles or blogs, anything that's on the marketing calendar. And you could have a marketing team, one person, it doesn't matter, just as long as you're kind of all in sync and on the same page so that your ambassadors can be a part of that experience. So let's head over to the platform and look at the activities section and note the different areas we can utilize to get the word out. So I'm going to jump on over to my demo screen here. And what I'm showing here is for anyone that's new to BrandChamp on the webinar, the activities section, like I said, this is going to be the place of your ask, what you want your ambassadors to do for you as far as social media posting. liking and commenting, doing a product review, you name it. I think it is a brilliant piece of the platform. Many times it's like the heart and soul of it. And so I've come up with, 5 activities that I feel, have the gist of what have been successful for me, and in the past and currently. And so let's go ahead and start out here with what I've called a holiday promotion last chance. And so in the general area, this is where I'm going to tell the ambassadors exactly what I would like to see put out there, give them some guidelines. And so, for example, in this holiday promotion last chance, is that I want them to post and let their following know that there's still time, that there's still great deals out there. Head on over to my site, whether it be for a product or a service or whatever you're marketing, and take a look at what we've got going on, and that there's some great deals here. Now, in conjunction with that, I want to be able to give them some great marketing material to use. So this section here, the resources section, which I love, is such a great place to give them the information to hand out. So for example, if you get from your marketing team some creative resources, some marketing collateral where you say, here, post this. Well, now you've just taken it to a new level of sharing what is going on in your company's marketing initiatives. So here I've gone ahead and actually provided just a generic sale post that I've just grabbed from one of my files to say, here, take this and post it. But let's say I want to get a little more personal with my ambassadors. I'm going to give them another option here. I'm going to give them a post that they can actually take and customize. So for example, here's my branded part of the post, but here is my changeable piece of the post. And I love this because now I'm saying, here's a company and a brand that I love, or a product or a service or whatever it may be, and here's me doing something with it. It could be someone cooking, showing off a recipe, maybe utilizing an accessory to cook that, that recipe. Or maybe if you're in the gym and you have an accessory or a supplement that helps you with your gym workout, they can post their picture here. And so many of you may be thinking, well, how do they do that? I have a lot of ambassadors that may not be on that technically savvy level. So what I've done here is I've also gone and added another resource for them. I've actually written a document, or one of my ambassadors did this for me, on how to swap out your own images in a social media post. So they can read this document that I've loaded for them, and they can actually download this image and swap out their own. So it really looks more personal to their followers with a little bit of a branded feel. And I do that a lot with my ambassadors. And then, of course, I always want them to add their referral links. Not always do I want them to add their code, because typically end of season sales, you can't add additional codes, but that's up to the brand. And then here, I want this to be at the top of my queue. I'll go to my tasks, which this is, I think, is really important when you are asking your ambassadors to share. You can either have them put a post on their feed, or do a story, because a lot of ambassadors don't want to have some kind of branding living on their feed, which is fine. So I give them the option to do either a post where they can submit the link, or I've set up a second task where they can submit a screenshot of their story. But I've also gone to another level in saying, maybe not just a story, but are you a member of a private Facebook group that is relevant to what we're talking about here? And I'm not a member of it, but you've posted a promotion on there. What a great way to get your, promotion out there, so they can take a screenshot of the Facebook group. Then I do my rewards and limits. That's up to you. How often do you want them to post? What the reward is? And then it's available. Now, here, if you are on one of our growth plans or higher, you can actually schedule your activities to start and stop at specific times and dates. But that's okay if you are not on growth or higher. All you have to do is put it on your own calendar to make the activity available or not. So a great way to get your holiday promotion out there. Second one that I put up, which I just think is a great message to convey if your company or your brand is participating in Free Ship Day. So Free Ship Day this year is December 14th, which is Monday. And there's a lot of consumers out there who care about free shipping. And they're going to search the internet and they're going to find the companies that are doing free shipping on Free Ship Day. There's actually a Free Ship Day database that you can try to get on. But honestly, it's so popular right now that people are just looking for it. And if your ambassadors are putting it out there that you're participating in Free Ship Day, they can direct their following to your website. Many brands either put in a code like free ship 20 for 2020, or maybe they incorporate free shipping already. The only caveat that I usually put in there is that it does not apply to international shipping or express shipping. And then again, send them with a referral link, make it a top priority. And honestly, I don't care how they post this one. As long as they post it, I want to get people to my site and I want them purchasing so they can share a link to their post. And they can do it here, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I don't care. If they can get the information out, it's a one-day deal, so they can do it twice, get it on whatever outlets they can. And then I have it scheduled for the day, or again, just put it on your schedule so that you can turn on and off the activity. I love Free Ship Day. It's really fun. And I know even there's some people who didn't even know about it. So I love to get that out there while I can and know about it. Moving on, let's go to a holiday lifestyle post. I love this because there's so much branding in people's faces, whether it be on TV, social media, emails. I mean, how many emails do you get a day? You thought it was over like on Cyber Monday, and then all of a sudden they're like, we're moving Cyber Monday all the way through Cyber Friday, and then it just continues on and on and on. So it's great for your ambassadors to really promote through lifestyle images. And lifestyle images can be doing something that is relevant to your company, whether it be the company's core values, its mission, its anything it's about, even its brands or what it's selling, services, products, but taking the post in such a way to say, this is what I'm doing in my life, and I am tagging the company so that people see, that you are, associated with it in more than just a branded way. So, for example, are you going out for a hike or a walk? Are you going to the gym? Are you just reading a book, having a cup of tea? Maybe you're, looking up recipes on the internet. Or one thing I didn't list on here, but I'm a huge advocate of, is having your ambassadors show when they're doing volunteering, something that goes along the lines of your company's, mission and core values. A lot of companies like to or do have a give back program, or donation of a percentage of the proceeds, whatever it may be. It's just really nice to get those out there. And like I said, less branded. You don't even need to have the product or the company's name put in there. Just tag them and make it a really nice, relevant post. And so here I'm asking them to make it a post because I think it's important to see. And I like to see it, as much as once a week, because I think it's really important. And also think about the user-generated content that you will get from these types of posts, which I think is brilliant because now you can repost. You can use them for email marketing. You can use them for anything because they're really nice lifestyle shots. I have this one going all the way through January 3rd, only because typically after holiday lifestyle posts, I'll switch that to like maybe a New Year's, what are you doing for the new year as a lifestyle post. And then finally, let's see, what else have I got? I'll go through the last ones quickly. Holiday end of season clearance sale. This is your day after Christmas where you're trying to clear the shelves. Again, I'm going to tell them because new products coming in or new services are being offered. This is where I'm going to let them know that, the big sale, share your code, share your link. Let's just clear things. Let's get product in their hands. Let's get services in line with them. I've provided them again with a post that they can swap their image or one that they can just use for, generic posting. I've also provided, again, share your link, share your code, and here's that document if you'd like to swap out your own social media, your images in our branded post. Same tasks, how long I want this. This is a big thing, so I want this weekly until our shelves are cleared for 50 points a week. Just make it a big incentive. And then finally, what I love to do for the holiday, the New Year's type of posts and promotions. For the new year, it's a great time where you have people, like I said, they're looking for new fitness incentives, weight loss, financial goals, spiritual goals, you name it, whatever it may be, they're looking for some newness. And that might mean they're looking for some new products or services to help them out. And this is a great time to get your ambassadors to get those testimonials out. So with this type of activity, I'm asking my ambassadors to really put out there what they love about our company, our brands, our products, our services. Give a testimonial, why they love it, and share an image. And that way, along with their discount code and or referral link, whatever you are using, so that you are directing their following to your company's website or to wherever you're sending them to. And that way, the person that is reading their post, they know them or they're getting some really legit feedback because here's me, I've used this, I've, whatever it is, I'm, it's made a change in my life. I recommend you using that. And that is, more of a way that people will, join in and actually purchase or go to a product or a service. And so I think this is a great way. I did not put this one as a multitask where task number 1, post a review, task number 2, submit an image. I just said make sure that you have both a review and a picture in your post. And I don't want this to be a story because I don't want it to be a fleeting moment. I want it to live on their feed for at least the duration of the month or something along those lines. And then again, my rewards and limits, and when I have this available. Again, I put my own start and stop dates. You can have it go till as long as you want. So, I think that's a really great way for those to transition into that new year. So as you can see, like you still have plenty of time to, tap into your ambassador base to really get your, end of year messages out to their following, to be representative of your company. And so I'm going to jump over back to my slides here for a minute to wrap this up. And, I'm jumping into recruitment here only because I feel like this does have something to think about towards the end of the year as you all are program managers or looking to launch a program. Many programs go on an annual basis and do some reapplying, or many programs keep rolling and they want to keep expanding, or they look at wanting to clean it up or requalify their ambassadors and refresh their program. So the new year does bring many fresh beginnings, and outside of those end of year sales, new year, new you promotions, it's a great time to look at your program and think about recruiting to tag on to those New Year's incentives. So, like I said, people are prioritizing with the new year and paying attention to what's important to them or looking for something new to do and possibly support or give back to. So look at your program and look at it as a great time to clean up and maybe incentivize your base and add some fresh faces and ideas to the mix. Now, personally, when I'm reviewing my ambassador programs, I actually look at February as a great launch or relaunch time, as there is something new to focus on. A lot of sales are over, new product is rolling out, which is always a great time to get new ambassadors on board. So think about how you're going to ring in the Ambassador New Year. And this, like I said, is something I'm going to revisit probably with my first webinar in 2021 to hopefully, get you amped up for recruiting, answer any recruiting questions to get a 2021 as a fresh and continued successful year for your brand. So I do want to thank you all for joining the webinar today and for all the times you've jumped on and supported me and BrandChamp with sharing a little insight to my world and BrandChamp. We will continue the webinars in 2021, like I said, possibly through another platform. But from the BrandChamp team, as well as my family here in Colorado, we want to wish you a wonderful holiday season. And I want to introduce my team, who's listed on the screen from BrandChamp. Andrew and Matt are our co-founders of BrandChamp and have really come up with this incredible platform with the support of Kyle, which many of you have met through the sales process, or if you are still seeking out a ambassador platform, Kyle is your director of sales. And then myself, I head up managed services and customer success. Next up is Carrie, who might be on this webinar right now, who is your first line of support, but she is also an incredible support system for me with managed services and customer success. And then our engineering team, Stefan, Nerman, and Tony, they are, along with Andrew, our CTO, the technical brains behind this operation. And so we are a small group, but a mighty group. And we, are very proud of the platform. We are very appreciative of you all being, a part of BrandChamp now and hopefully in the future. So I just hope that we can ring in the new year with lots of positivity and definitely some growing programs. So with that, if you have any questions, I would love to open this up in the chat section to see if you have any questions or comments. And it doesn't have to be about holiday planning. It could be anything about the platform. I'd love to get your questions or feedback or input. Just add it to the chat or add it to the question answer. I'm just going to keep checking here because I know that we've got a little bit of a delay with me talking, but would love to hear if anybody has any questions about the platform or if you have any, any holiday prep that you're doing with your platform. One thing I did not put up on the end of the webinar is my email. If you all have any questions or ever want to reach out to me with any questions about the platform, my email is Noelle, Noelle, at brandchamp.io. So we are quiet today with our questions, which is totally fine. We don't always have to have the conversation going. Just going to look at this. Alrighty then. Well, it looks like we will wrap up early today. So I want to thank you all again for joining this webinar. Keep an eye out for the new year and what we'll be doing with our webinars. We are slowly cleaning up the recordings and hopefully getting them on YouTube for you and on the BrandChamp website. So I actually, let's see. Oh, thank you. Someone said they love my name. Thank you. I really, like I said, I appreciate you all. And if you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to send me an email. And I love to get input, whatever you want to see in a webinar. I've received some great feedback, and I would love to get more, so feel free to email me again on that, which is, as I said, Noelle, Noelle, at brandchamp.io. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy out there, and that 2021 is going to be one that we are going to be ready to welcome in.